Дорогие друзья, добрый вечер. Мы еще раз заходим. У нас сегодня прямой эфир с моим коллегой, приятелем, старшим товарищем Джоном Шоулом, экспертом по клиентскому сервису. Вы наверняка видели наши предыдущие интервью. Если нет, то, соответственно, рекомендую посмотреть в YouTube. И, конечно, задавайте свои вопросы. Самое интересное я адресую Джону. John, I can see you joined. Look for a button to join a conversation or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And probably I can accept you're required to join. Let me see. Да, некоторые накладки технические, дорогие друзья. У Джона возникли сложности, видите, разобраться, присоединиться сейчас в прямой эфир. Но я думаю, сейчас все получится. Yeah. Dear friends, can you see any buttons to join? Дорогие друзья, есть ли у вас кнопка присоединиться к прямому эфиру? Где она расположена, чтобы я сообщил Джону? Please let me know where is the button to join our conversation, and I'm going to explain John how to do that, because I cannot see it here. Probably from your side you can see it and say what should John press. What kind of button should John press to join? Yeah, I can see John is online as well, but having some difficulties to join our conversation live. Ken, can you see any buttons here? Так. Наталья, добрый день. Да, у нас сейчас прямой эфир. Вот жду гостя, чтобы присоединился, но он не может найти кнопку. Может быть, вы подскажете, куда нажать. Окей. О, Джон, I can see.
Yeah, wonderful.
Well,
John,
oh my God. I don't know. I can't use the computer, and finally we on. Okay.
right. It's very nice to see you again, John. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for joining us again.
No problem.
John is a world famous customer service strategist. John, how are you doing? What's new in your life?
Well, I play tennis every day, and I am doing an MBA course for Synergy in Russia. And I've got another 23 videos to film for them in a week. So,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So I keep active. My boat is finally working.
John, I'm in psychology of success, and I provide seminars and trainings on goal setting and personal efficiency. And you are one of the most productive person I've ever met.
Thank
So
you.
what your typical day look like? What kind of habits and daily rituals make you so effective?
Well, I get up about 5 or 5:30. I have a couple eggs. I read the Wall Street Journal. Then I go play tennis about 7 a.m. for an hour, hour and a half. and then I go to the office, and then I work till about 4:30 or so, and then I go home, and I go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. So it's kind of boring.
But it's good. It's good. And you read a lot. I see a beautiful library behind of you.
I try to read one new book every month on personal development, success, motivation. I'm working on this MBA program, and here's all the books I'm taking ideas from. You know,
Wow.
get them all marked up. And when I read a book, like here's Hubert Jolly, I highlight the book. So I can reread a book in 20 minutes or 10 minutes, really. Any book.
Wow.
So here's Marshall Goldsmith's book. You know, I got it all highlighted. I do this for every book.
Wow. That's wonderful. And I think every leader is a reader.
Well, you learn. I just, you know, I got hundreds and hundreds of books I've read, and then some are better than others. And,
Wow.
And then I grade every book. So here's a book called Lead and Disrupt, and I read it on September 2, 2018, and I rated it an A. And then here's a book from Horst Schultz, Excellent Wins. I rated it an A+. Read it March 19, 2019 is when I completed reading it. Here's a great book called No Rules on Netflix. Rated it a B+, January 24, 2021. So all these books I read, and I grade every book.
Wow.
And if the book's an F or a D, I dump it. And a C, I dump it.
John, how many books you read? Thousands, I suppose.
Well, probably 50 times 12. No, probably 600 to 700 books.
Wow. Oh, that's wonderful.
I have my grandson who reads one book a week on personal development. He's 11.
Wow.
I'm teaching him how to be one of the most successful men in the world.
Wow, that's wonderful. Every individual defines success differently. When did you consider yourself success?
Well, I probably have had a very strong success background. And along the way, you have setbacks and failures. So when I was a senior in college, I became chairman of the College Republicans for the state of Minnesota. And I've been involved in politics for over 55 years. I like politics, and for that I get nothing back except just good government. I raise a lot of money for candidates. I just, I have financial success, personal success, and in life you got ups and downs. You have setbacks, and you got to keep pushing. With COVID-19, it's impacted my business significantly, and you have to work harder than ever. COVID has restricted my ability to get into Russia. It's restricted my ability to do seminars in many parts of the world. And so you just got to be more creative and work harder. And we put 12 programs online for customer service. Maxime Nikan has got some of my programs online in Russia. So we just keep pushing. You can never let up. You got to, I don't hear the word no. I'm relentless.
Yeah. That's your book called Relentless, right?
Correct. Correct. And now it's available in Russian.
Yes.
You should be able to get it in your bookstores in Russia.
John, a lot of books, a lot of personal development speakers and coaches say that it's very important to have goals, to have results you're going to. What's more important for you? Process, just the path, or results?
Well, I've always been, I grew up poor and I didn't like being poor. And so money was always important to me. When I was like 21, 22 years old, my net worth was about $2,732. And I had a goal to become a millionaire by age 30, which I did. And so I've always focused on wealth. I'm tiny compared to many other people you read about, but you know, I live a fairly good life, and you got to keep pushing. You never let up.
Our universe is abundant. We have a lot of money, we have a lot of riches and everything. What is money for you, John? Because a lot of people would like to become wealthy and have enough money, and a lot of books and information about that, but something inside holding them back.
Most people don't invest their money, and if they make $10,000, they spend $10,000. If they make $100,000, they spend $100,000. What I teach people to do is to take 25% of your income and invest it. And always think about investing. Always think about taking your income and multiplying it. And that's how you make money. You can only work, 10, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, but your money can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So with your job, it should be an opportunity to create income. And then you can really make your income by taking a portion of that money and investing it. In the United States, 98% of all people just spend all their money. They have nothing to show for it. And what I teach people how to do is invest. My grandson, who I was just talking about, has got a net worth. I just got his stock thing for something I've been investing. He's got $50 in the account, and I put in $2,500 a year, and that's my goal, is to put him through college, all my grandchildren through college. If you invest, if you took a 21-year-old or a 1-year-old and you invested $2,500 a year, by the time he's is 18 years old, that's how you invest. But most people don't invest. They live for today, and they don't save money.
And what are your favorite tools to invest, John? Is it stock market or real estate or something else?
I've done the best in real estate. I have money diversified. I own 9 investment properties, and I get people every week calling to want to buy one of my properties. But if I sold one, then I wouldn't have it anymore, and I'd have to pay taxes on the income. So I've always owned real estate, probably for the last 50 years.
And there's very nice sentence like success leaves clues or success leaves tracks. And a lot of people started from the bottom. They started from nothing, as you did, as you mentioned, poor family. What did you do, John? What kind of steps you did to become a millionaire by 30, by the age 30?
Well, I had a mentor that gave me some advice. His name was Paul Meyer. He's deceased now. And he had a company called Success Motivation Institute. I was selling his leadership programs and attitude programs and goal setting programs. And he lived in Waco, Texas, and I was coming down, and I said I wanted to have lunch with Paul. And they were all excited, wondering why I wanted to have lunch with Paul. And then when I had lunch, I said, I want you to teach me how to become a millionaire. And my favorite program that I was selling of his was called How to Become Financially Independent. And he taught me how to do it. And then I listened to his advice and followed and did what he told me to do. And I didn't get off track. One of the problems with investments is that there are a lot of people telling you what to do that don't have money. And you should never be listening to anybody that does not have money. So if you get some stockbroker that says this is how you make money, what you really need to do is find out how wealthy he is. So if a guy was really wealthy, then he would be following his own advice. But most people don't follow their own advice. And so you have to follow successful people, listen only to successful people, and particularly when it comes to investments.
Wow. Yeah. And money coming from people. And you're a great networking expert. You know a lot of people, John. A lot of people all over the world. You have great friends. What kind of rules you can provide, you can mention about successful networking?
Well, I only associate with successful people, and I've done that my entire life. When I was 20 years old, my friends tended to be 20 years older than I was. Now that I'm 74, my friends are dead, that were 20 years older than I am. But I always associated with very successful people. And so one of the things I would encourage the viewers here is to listen and associate with very, very successful people. You'll learn a lot from being with them. And make sure you get rid of negative people that are pulling you down. There are a lot of people that are very jealous, and you've got to push yourself. You've got to demand excellence of yourself, but you really need to associate only with successful people. And those who are negative and who are not positive, you don't want to be friends with them. Because there are always people telling you why it's not going to work. I don't hear the word no. I push myself constantly. And I have very clearly defined goals in all areas of my life, and I work those goals. And sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I don't, but I'm trying to discipline myself. And if you're going to be successful, you got to work on your goals. You got to very, very clearly define goals in all areas of your life: financial, physical, family, social, mental. For example, mental. If you don't work on your mind, how are you going to be successful? So, if the viewers here that watch this, if they would read for the rest of their life one personal development book every month for the rest of their life, they would be more successful. Some of those books will be better than other books. Okay. And you don't read one stupid book. You read hundreds of books, and then you get smarter and smarter and smarter. Because the only thing that prevents anybody from success is their own self-imposed limitations. So anything they can do to build their mind will help them be more successful. And then physically, you got to take care of your body. There in the United States, 2/3 of the population are obese. I mean, we really have some very heavy people in the United States. So you gotta take care of your health. If you don't have health, you have nothing. And then you have to work on your family. If you get divorced, you lose half your money. So you got to push your kids. You got to develop your kids. I got 2 great kids. One's a missionary in Malaysia, and the other has a tree climbing business in Colorado, where he cuts trees, and he has a major tree business. But both kids work hard. One works for God, and the other, works to build his business. And then you have to work financially. You got to have, what is success to an individual? My daughter's success is working with God and helping other people. To other people, it's making money. So you gotta discipline yourself, force yourself to set some goals for your net worth, for your income, how you're going to invest, what are you going to invest in. So you have to have a clearly defined map. Maybe you become a better listener, or you improve your speaking skills. You gotta work on your mind. You gotta work on your body socially, and then you gotta have.
John, are you here? There is some interruptions, I think, with internet, some challenges. Yeah, probably John is going to join us again. Yeah, I can see your question. Probably I'm going to ask it to John. Дорогие друзья, кто присоединился, мы сейчас общаемся с экспертом по клиентскому сервису Джоном Шоулом. И у Джона, наверное, какие-то сложности с интернетом. Я думаю, сейчас он присоединится. Yeah, probably John has some challenges with internet and he's going to join us again. So thank you very much for your questions and for being with us. Yeah, I can see you join us. Very, very nice. Okay, let me... Yeah.
Am I back?
Yeah, John, you're back.
Pavel,
yeah.
Can you hear me? I have no idea what.
Yes.
And it disappeared.
Yeah, probably some challenges with internet.
No, I don't think I have a problem with the internet. I have no idea.
Yeah, now we can see you and hear you very well.
Okay, so what additional questions do you have, Pavel?
John, good. Can you hear me now? Hello? Yeah. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. Let me see. Probably some interruptions with connection.
No.
Oh yeah. Now it's better. Oh no, not really. No, not really. Yeah, I can see your question, Ken. I'm going to ask it if John is going to join again.
and if he has nice connection, internet connection. So we'll see. We sometimes we have this kind of challenges. It's okay. Probably not good connection. Okay, let me see. Yeah, Ella, hey, hello. Let's wait a little bit. In WhatsApp with John. Probably he's going to try it again. Maybe some difficulties, but we'll see. Okay, John, you're here again. Thank you. Let's try it again.
Am I back?
Yeah, John, you're back.
I don't know.
Probably KGB is listening to us. So
Okay, so what additional questions do you have, Pavel, that I might be able to respond to?
yeah, John, a good friend of mine from Malaysia and Singapore, great entrepreneur, asking you a question. Let me see. Okay, yeah, he wants to know how can we stay on track most of the time? Sometimes we are very positive and taking action for a long time. Then it just slow down and for a long time. Then it just slow down and stop. What can you recommend to Ken, John?
Well, first of all, COVID has destroyed many of us and killed our business. There are winners and losers. And some firms are big winners and some firms are big losers. So first, you got to keep a very positive attitude. Number two, you got to work harder than you've ever worked before. Number three, you got to think differently. You know, what can you do different? What are some options that you can do? So, for example, we now have a lot of programs for online learning that are available in Russia and around the world. We use Zoom for seminars. I did a seminar using Zoom in the UK yesterday. So we have to be really, really creative. You've got to reinvent everything that you're doing. You got to really remain positive. When the tough get going, the tough have to be fighting harder than ever before. And I don't think we're going to get out of COVID until 2021. So we're going to still have some ramifications. And your friend in Malaysia, you know, the country is in lockdown now. You can go outside of your house for a little bit, but it's very restrictive, and people in Malaysia are very obedient of the government. And if you're not obedient, they'll arrest you. You just got to be very laser focused, and you got to really push.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Can you hear me now, John?
I can hear you.
Yeah. A good friend of mine, he is a movie producer, and he made a documentary movie in Russia, and you are one of the characters, so you are there. And
Okay.
he asked me to translate some of English speaking guests, and I translated, and I have, like, you have Russian voice. That's me, John. And you
Okay.
mentioned
Great.
story about bus when you was young. You met a person. Could you please tell us about that story, about the bus station, and what that person told you that time that inspired you?
Which story, Pavel?
You mentioned about bus station when you was young, and that and person you met. You remember that?
A bus station?
Yeah, when you was young, and you saw a man who was old, and he told you that don't regret about life or something like that.
I don't recall that. I'm sorry, Pavel. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. And what kind of
mother died when
yeah.
I was 7. My mother raised me. She lived till almost 103. So I had to just, you know, I didn't have a lot of money, but my mother took good care of us, and we've always had really good work habits, and I think good work habits are really, really, really important.
Yeah, yeah. John, and what could you say to our friends and followers who would love to succeed in life, in personal, professional life? You provided a lot of recommendations. You have great wisdom, John, and we are grateful for that. But maybe some sentence and some words to inspire.
Well, I'd say the most important thing is keep building yourself from within, your mind, and attending sessions like you're providing on Instagram and Facebook are important. You want to read books on personal development, on success. I love reading books from real successful people, and I'm looking for ideas. And if you do that your whole life, that's the way you start to think. Okay. When I was 21 years old, my first program that was on personal development, I think I paid $700 for it, or $600, and that's 43 years ago or something like that. So $700 probably be worth $1,500 or $2,000 today. I have always invested at least $1,000 a year in personal development. I never hesitate to spend money on my mind. The greatest asset, everybody participating in this session of yours, is in your mind. Anything you can do to build your self-image, your self-worth is important. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between fact or fiction. So you can influence your behavior. You got to use visualizations. You got to use affirmations. The most important thing is you got to have very clearly defined goals in all areas of your life, and then you got to work your goals. You got to look at your goals all the time, and then push yourself. But if you have really clearly defined goals, you're on a track to success.
Yes. John, thank you so much for your time, for your wisdom, for your great recommendation. It's very nice to see you again,
Good to see
John.
you, Pavel, and I'm counting on all of your viewers to be successful.
Yes, John,
And
thank you.
success is reaching your dreams. It's achieving the things that are important to you. Everybody has
Right.
different dreams.
Thank you very much, John. Have a
Thank you,
great day.
Pavel.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. And everybody can get my new book, Relentless, if they're reading Russian. It's available now in the marketplace. Synergy is
Absolutely.
the publisher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.